It started with a phone call, a familiar voice, calm, urgent, and completely trusted. But within minutes, everything began to unravel, because the voice on the other end of the line wasn't who they thought it was. Most of us answer calls without thinking twice. We trust what we hear. We trust who we believe is speaking. But in this case, that trust would be used in a way no one saw coming. And by the time the truth was uncovered, the damage had already been done. It was a normal afternoon in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing unusual. No warning signs. When the phone rang inside the home of a teenage girl named Emily, she picked it up, expecting something routine. But what she heard made her freeze. It was her mother's voice. Clear, familiar, slightly panicked. She said she was in trouble and needed help immediately. The instructions were simple, but urgent. Don't hang up. Stay on the line. Follow exactly what you're told. To Emily, it made perfect sense. Why would she question her own mother? As the call continued, the situation became more intense. The voice gave specific directions. Go to the front door. Check outside. Do exactly what I say. Every instruction sounded serious. Every second felt critical. And because the voice sounded so real, Emily didn't hesitate. What she didn't realize was that she was being guided by someone who wasn't her mother at all. This wasn't a family emergency. It was something far more calculated. At the same time, Emily's actual mother was nowhere near a phone. She was at work, safe, unaware, completely disconnected from what was happening. Back at home, the call continued. The voice never broke character. It knew details. It sounded convincing. It felt real. And that's what made it so dangerous. Because when fear mixes with trust, people act without questioning. It wasn't until a neighbor noticed something unusual that things began to shift. Something didn't feel right. A quick call was made to Emily's mother. And that's when the truth hit. She wasn't on the phone. Not now. Not earlier. Not at all. Panic set in. If she wasn't the one speaking, then who was? Authorities were contacted immediately. And as the situation unfolded, it became clear. Someone had used technology to imitate a familiar voice. A voice that could be trusted without question. A voice that could influence decisions. And in those few minutes on the phone, that deception nearly led to a much worse outcome. Thankfully, intervention came just in time. But the realization stayed with everyone involved. This case left behind an unsettling truth. Sometimes, danger doesn't come from strangers in the dark. Sometimes it sounds like someone you know. A voice you trust. A voice you wouldn't question. But in today's world, even that can be manipulated. So the next time your phone rings, take a second, think twice, and remember, the voice on the phone might not always be who you think it is.